Hello, everybody. Got some cool light happening on my face right now. I'm going to go ahead and leave my Venmo and Cash App information in the comments. So whenever you join, you can join later, or pop in, pop out, that's fine. But if you scroll up in the comments, you'll see my Venmo and Cash App information if you'd like to make a donation. Hello. So Instagram Live allows you to do 60 minutes. So I am going to get started pretty soon. Regardless of when you join, you can hop in, and I'll try and say that a few more times in case people do. I won't be right up looking at the comments the whole time. This will be up on my story for 24 hours, so if you can't stay for the full practice, or if you're just kind of like popping in to say hi, that's awesome. You will have 24 hours to access this video live on Instagram. And I'm also offering to email these classes to you all if you'd like. That way you can use them over and over again. So I've got this 9 a.m. class. This is core and stability. It's a little more active. It's a little more energetic of a class. We'll be flowing, standing, balances, things like that. And then at 10:30, we'll have gentle release, which is going to be, I think today's practice is going to be entirely on the ground. You could also modify and be in a chair, but it's going to be a different speed than the 9 a.m. It's going to be mostly deep stretching and gentle movement for your body. So I'll go ahead and maybe just like wait another minute or so before we get started. If you would like to maybe find a blanket if you've got one lying around and a couple pillows, having props are always nice for any practice, especially ones where we'll be kneeling, which we will today. So it's nice to have something to slide under your knees. I always enjoy sitting on a blanket, so that's another good reason to have one close by. But if you don't have any of those things, that's fine. You can still practice. Working from home or doing yoga from home has, challenged a lot of us to adapt. And without the use of props, I find yoga to be less accessible. But when you're working without props, I think it's just a good opportunity to really pay attention to your body and listen to what's going on there. So if something doesn't feel right, if maybe you would normally use a yoga block or a bolster and you don't have one of those, instead of just like forcing that posture, I would say do your best to modify. So if that means like not folding as deep or not taking the stretch as deep, that's fine, because you really want to honor where you're at right now and what you're working with. So finding any comfortable seated posture, we'll go ahead and get started with our opening meditation and breath work. I begin all of my classes this way. So finding how you'd like to sit. It could be with your legs crossed, how I'm doing. Or if you prefer a kneeling position, you could sit like this, like on your shins, tops of your feet down. If you did have a yoga block, you could always slide a block under your seat for a little more elevation. So settling into whatever posture you've chosen. As you find stillness, once you get all your wiggles out, you can begin to soften your gaze or close down your eyes completely. Hands can be on the tops of the legs, palms down if you're wanting to invite more grounding energy, or if you'd like to maybe invite some more receptive energy, some opening, you can have the palms facing up. You're always welcome to bring hands somewhere on the body or let your arms hang by your sides. Starting out by observing your natural breath. Observing how you're feeling this morning. Maybe you've been up for a while, or maybe you just rolled out of bed. Just checking in to see where your mind's at. how your physical body's feeling, and also checking in with your emotions. Eventually bringing your awareness down into your points of contact with the earth. So for me, that would be my feet and my sits bones. As you bring your awareness down, see if you can encourage a little bit of downward pressure into those points of contact with the earth. And as you press down slightly, maybe you notice that this little wave of energy lifts throughout your entire body, allowing you to grow just a little bit taller through the crown of the head, stacking your vertebrae on top of one another, head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, rooting down through the sits bones, relaxing shoulders away from ears. And as you breathe, seeing if you can find ease within this posture. So an idea that we'll be returning to throughout practice is Stiram Sukham Asanam, Sanskrit for steadiness and ease within posture. So that little sweet spot between effort and ease. In a seated meditation, I find it's a really great opportunity to explore that sensation. So maintaining your steady posture here, your nice tall spine, sitting up tall. As you breathe, seeing if you can soften through the face and shoulders without compromising the integrity of the posture. You're welcome to continue working with your natural breath pattern, or if you'd like to shift into some more intentional breath work or pranayama, you can follow along. I'll be counting your breaths, so you can swallow to relax your throat. And then inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top, 2. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold at the bottom, 2. Continue, inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay empty, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay full, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pause, 2. Continue inhaling, working on your own, maybe continuing to count in your head. You're always welcome to work without the counts and breathe more intuitively, seeing if you can work with that retention of your breath at the tops and bottoms and elongating your exhales. Continue working like this for another minute or two. I'll keep the time for you. Take your final round. And as you finish, you can return to your natural breathing and take a moment or two to observe if maybe any shifts have occurred in your body, mind, spirit. Maybe they haven't. That's okay. On your inhale, squeeze both shoulders up towards your ears, pinching, creating some heat. Exhale, let them fall. Hands come towards the floor beside you. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, bring hands to touch at heart center, thumbs at sternum. You're welcome to set an intention for your practice now. It can be an idea or a single word, something you can return to if you find your mind is wandering. Just another resource similar to your breath to keep you anchored to the present. And as a greeting to welcome you all here and a sign of respect, we'll bow with namaste. Namaste. You can gently blink the eyes open if they were closed. And we'll come to a standing posture. So it could be about in the middle of your mat, taking the feet about hip distance. All right, and if you're just joining us, welcome. Feel free to come and go as you'd like. We'll be doing this practice right up until 10 o'clock. So from your standing posture, taking feet about hip distance, here let's go ahead and lift the toes, spread them, set them back down. Maybe shift side to side, forward and back a few times. Make sure you're not locking in the knees, but you're allowing for some fluidity here. So we're going to begin our practice with dancer's warm-up. So the idea here is to get your body really loose. This is a really wonderful thing to do first thing in the morning, especially if you often wake up stiff. Just a nice way to invite some intuitive movement into your body and encourage that ease that I was talking about earlier. So finding your nice comfortable posture. If you want to kind of wiggle around, you can. But as you're ready, we're going to start by bringing right ear to right shoulder. Eventually roll chin to chest. And then on your inhale, roll left ear to left shoulder. And lift your head back through center. We'll go the other way, left ear, left shoulder. Exhaling, bringing chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder, and come through center. So we're going to go through each round twice on each side. So the second time it'll be a little more fluid. We'll use one breath to make that motion. So exhale to the right, center, inhale, left, lift. Going the other way, exhale, left, center, inhale, right, lift. So we'll keep adding on. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder, but this time let your right shoulder really hang to the right of your body. So getting a little more exaggerating, starting to feel this stretch on the left side of the neck and into the collarbone. Going through slowly the first time, we'll round chin to chest, this time rounding through the upper back, so both arms can kind of hang in front of the thighs. On an inhale, rolling to the left, allowing your left arm to hang as you bring left ear to left shoulder, then pressing into your feet, lifting through standing. Same thing on the other side, left ear, left shoulder, left arm hangs. Slowly coming through the center, rounding through the neck and the upper back, both arms hang in front. Then shifting your weight to the right, bringing right ear to right shoulder, right arm hangs, before lifting through center. Going through more fluidly. Exhale, right arm hangs, rounding through upper back through center. Inhale to the left and peel yourself up. Other way, left, rounding, both arms dangle in front, right, and inhale, use your left shoulder to peel yourself through center. We'll keep going. If you need to pause in between, you can. If you need to hold any stretch for longer, you can, or come out of anything sooner, you can. Remember, this is your practice. So continuing to the right, this time bending into your right knee as you allow your right arm to hang. So going even deeper. You can even let the left arm kind of start to hang to the right side. Eventually, you'll roll through the center, allowing your arms to come almost in front of the knees or even farther in front of you. So bending your knees slightly here. Rounding through the upper back and mid-back this time. Shifting weight to the left foot as you reach both arms towards the left. Then on an inhale, peeling right shoulder up and back as you come to standing. To the left, slowly, ear to shoulder, both arms hang, round through center. Make sure you're breathing as you move, shifting to the right. And inhale, press into your feet, lift all the way up. We'll swoop through more quickly this time. Right, bigger bend in the knee, center, left, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, left, center, right on your inhale, and peel all the way up. Right ear to right shoulder, bending even deeper into your knee this time. Hands might come down towards the ankle, so you're getting even closer to the ground. Bending your knee as much as you need to encourage that. Starting to feel the stretch along the low back and the side of the body, the obliques. Eventually coming through the center, mimicking like a forward fold, knees bent, both arms hanging in front of you, head and shoulders are relaxed. Shifting on to the left, reaching both arms to the left side. Then on an inhale, press into your feet, peel yourself up, guided by the right shoulder, and coming through, standing. Left, both arms hang down all the way towards the ankles. This first time around, you can stay a little longer. Eventually rolling through center, mimicking that forward fold shape. Shifting to the right. Then on an inhale, left shoulder peels all the way up to stand. We'll swoop through. This will be the last time. Exhale, right, center, left, lift. Inhale, exhale, left, center, right, lift all the way up. Awesome. So shake out the hands. If you're still feeling a little stiff, you're always welcome to make these intuitive movements, rolling shoulders, opening, closing hands, maybe even rolling out ankles. We're going to bring the hands together and start creating a little heat. And then as you're ready, bringing hands to the tops of the thighs, we're going to just start to make circles with the knees. So oiling up ankles and knees even more. Going the other way. And then lifting up, bringing hands to hips, circling the hips around. And going the other way. If you identify any points of tension or tight spots in your body, you're always welcome to stay there longer. We'll inhale, reaching arms up. Exhale, make big circles with the arms. If you have a strap or a scarf, you can do the same movement, holding onto a strap and reaching overhead. Or you can just make these big circles with your arms as if you were holding a strap. And go the other way. Back and up on your inhales, exhale down and forward. Still being mindful you're not locking in the knees, but you're allowing your joints to stay soft. And then allowing your arms to drop by your sides. We'll inhale, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. So hinge at the hips, finding a forward fold. Knees can be generously bent here. Allowing your torso to hang heavy over your legs. Shoulders and face are relaxed. Head is dangling towards the ground. Breathing into the back of the body here. If you want to invite some movements, you can take opposite elbows or forearms and sway side to side. And eventually, the arms are lifted, you can lower them, nodding the head yes, shaking the head no. And then on an inhale, bringing your arms into a cactus shape, so bending elbows at a 45-degree angle. We'll lift up halfway to find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, cactus arms, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. One more like that. Inhale, half lift with your cactus arms, gazing down and slightly forward. Exhale, fold, bringing hands to the mat and stepping one foot at a time back to your plank pose. Hugging belly in towards spine, pressing into your hands. Back is broad, heels are pressing towards the wall behind you. On an exhale, lowering the knees down, untucking toes, lowering all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Just warming up the spine. Exhale, lower. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rolling shoulders up, back, and down as you lift. And exhale, lower. From here, we're going to slide forearms onto the mat so elbows are directly under shoulders for Sphinx pose. Spreading your fingers wide, pressing hands into the mat, almost like you're dragging yourself forward on your arms. Pressing tops of the feet down. Engaging your abdominal muscles like you're trying to pick up a marble with your belly button. If you notice you're starting to slouch forward, see if you can press into the elbows, the forearms and hands to maintain that integrity in the shoulders so you're not like dumping forward, but you're staying really strong. You're welcome to hold your Sphinx pose, or if you want to add in some neck stretches. On your next inhale, lift the chin up. Exhale, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower once more. Returning through neutral, gazing down and slightly forward. Inhale, chip prepared. As you exhale, bring chin to right shoulder. Pause. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, look the other way, maintaining your steady breath as you hold the stretch. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder, holding in the stretch while breathing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slide back onto the belly. Stacking one hand on top of the other, forehead comes to the hands, bend the knees, windshield wipe the legs side to side a few times. Eventually, you can allow your legs to lower back down. On an inhale, bringing hands under shoulders, tucking toes, pressing yourself up to a kneeling plank, and then sitting back into a child's pose. Keeping your feet tucked here. As you inhale, we'll scoop the heart forward, coming through like a tabletop. It might be slightly wider than normal. And exhale, round through the back, sitting towards the heels. You're welcome to untuck the toes if that's uncomfortable, continuing to work with this cat-cow variation. You're always welcome to take cat-cow from tabletop. Inhaling, opening the heart, tailbone turns up. Exhaling, tucking tailbone, rounding through the back. Or if you want to continue working with cat-cow devotion, you would just bring your hands about a palm print forward in your tabletop. Inhale, scooping the heart forward for your cows. Exhale, round through the back and sit towards your heels. So continuing with those fluid wave-like movements. Inhale, scooping heart forward and up. Exhale, rounding, sitting back. Continuing like that a few more times. And next time you bring your seat towards your heels, you can pause in your child's pose. And on an inhale, you can begin to walk your hands in towards you, just sitting in a kneeling posture. I'm going to demo this next part that we're going to practice a few times. It's going to be how we kind of connect our flow from here on. So from your child's pose, you'd tuck the toes, lift into down dog. Then we're going to practice waving forward and back from down dog to upward dog. So inhale, come on high on the toes, roll forward through your plank, untuck the toes, and lift the gaze for your upward dog. So exhale, hips lift up and back, turn the feet, return to your down dog. So if you want to try that a few times from your child's pose, you can lean forward, tucking the toes. Inhale to prepare, and exhale like a little spring. Lift your hips up high behind you, finding your down dog. Since this is your first down dog, you're welcome to pedal out the feet and add in any intuitive movements. And then we'll take just a couple rounds of that wave-like movement from down dog to up dog. Inhaling, lifting heels, rolling shoulders over wrists, untucking toes, or flipping the feet over, rather, finding your upward dog, so thighs are off the ground, pressing into your hands. Exhale, hips lift up and back, flipping the feet back over, finding your down dog. Maybe just one more. Inhale, waving the spine forward. Exhale, waving the spine back. Next time you've found your down dog, on an exhale, you can begin to travel to the top of your mat, finding a forward fold. Again, you're welcome to stay still there or add in a few movements. And then as you're ready, on an inhale, lifting up halfway with your cactus arms flat back, gazing down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cactus arms press into your feet, lift all the way to stand. A little back bend once you get there, and exhale, hands to heart. A few rounds of breath here. If you need to bring hands, or if you'd like to bring hands to the low ribs, you can work with some diaphragmatic breathing as you check in. And we'll continue. So stepping to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms in that cactus shape as you lift the heart up. Press into your feet like you're trying to rip your mat in half left to right. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Keeping your arms in that cactus shape. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Hands come to the mat. Step the right foot back for a runner's lunge. Fingers can be tented here. And on an exhale, lower the back knee down. So if you want to slide a blanket under that back knee, that's a great idea, especially if your knees are vulnerable. You'll untuck the back foot. And on an inhale, sweep arms overhead, finding asana. Exhale, sending hips forward, squeezing glutes, squeezing inner thighs towards one another. Check in to see that that front knee is tracking over middle toes. Inhale, hips go forward, arms reach back. Exhale, relaxing shoulders. You're welcome to hold this posture if you're looking for more of a hatha practice, or if you want to add in some movement, you can. So as you inhale, reach up, bring your back hip over the back knee, so getting a little taller here. As you exhale, bring arms into a cactus shape as you sink back into Anjaneyasana, sending hips forward, squeezing shoulder blades together, keeping chin slightly tucked. Inhale. Press up, grow tall, palms face one another as you reach overhead, arms in line with ears. Exhale, cactus arms, palms face the front of the room, heart lifts towards the ceiling, shoulder blades squeeze together. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Maybe you begin to work with Ujjayi breathing, constricting the back of the throat. As you breathe, making that ocean or whisper-like sound. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring hands to frame the front foot again. This time, we'll scoop the heart forward, similar to that cat-cow devotion, and exhale, sit back and fold over the front leg. So lengthen through the front leg as you lean back. So inhale to scoop forward. Exhale, sitting back. Maybe even lift the toes of the front feet. So finding that forward and back fluid movement a few times, continuing to oil up the hips, stretching out the backs of the front leg, or the back of the front leg. Just kind of doing this little teeter-totter movement. Again, if it feels good to hold one or the other, you can do that. Art is here to say hi. And as you're ready, next time you're leaning forward, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, big step back to your plank pose. Inhaling here. Exhale, lift the hips for your down dog. We'll wave forward to upward facing dog. On the inhale, come onto the balls of the feet as you roll forward, flipping the feet. Upward facing dog, chin is tucked in, gaze is lifted. Exhale, lifting the hips up and back, flipping the feet, finding your down dog. On an exhale, stepping or hopping to the front of your mat for your forward fold. Inhale, half lift, cactus arms. Exhale, fold, and we'll go directly to the other side. So big step back with the left foot this time. Hands can come onto like tented fingers. If you have books or blocks to bring under the hands, that's great too. On an exhale, lower the back knee down. Maybe you find a blanket, or maybe you just roll your mat over. As you're ready, inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, send hips forward, sinking in. Maybe check in to see that that back foot is directly behind the back leg. And then option to add in that flow. So inhale, pressing into the front foot as you lift the hips over the back knee. Palms face one another. Exhale, cactus arms, palms face the front, shoulder blades squeeze together, hips go forward. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, sinking in. 3 more. Really pressing into that front foot and the back, the top of the back foot, like you're trying to rip your mat in half front to back. Engaging your stabilizing muscles in the core and the glutes. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cartwheel hands down to frame the front foot. And scooping the heart forward on your inhales, and exhale, lengthening through the front leg as you fold over it, sending hips towards the back heel. So inhale, scooping forward. Exhale, sitting back. Give you another angle. So not overthinking these movements, just kind of flowing in what feels best for your body, inviting in whatever movements feel really good. And then next time you come forward, hands are framing that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, big step back to plank. Inhale, hips go up and back for your down dog. Exhale here, and then as you're ready, inhale to wave the spine forward. Exhale, waving the spine back. On an exhale, walking hands to meet the feet at the back of the mat for your forward fold this time. Once you arrive, inhale, half lift, flat back, cactus arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cactus arms all the way to standing, little back bend once you get there, and exhale, hands to heart, or maybe hands to low ribs for your diaphragmatic breathing, checking in. Inhale, cactus arms, little back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, cactus arms. Exhale, fold. Walk hands back out to your down dog. Inhale to lift the right leg up high, toes point down, hips are square. Exhale, hug knee into chest, shoulders come over wrists as you step the right foot through. Maybe you take a few steps. Exhale, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, lift through Anjaneyasana, just like before. We'll add a side bend this time. So making sure you're really rooting down into the ground, feeling really stable in your Anjaneyasana. Inhale to grow tall, and as you exhale, hinge to the right, maybe grabbing the right or the left wrist in the right hand. Inhale to lift through center. Exhale, other way. 2 more each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale through center, exhale, hands come to heart. And check in to see that your knees are at more of a 90-degree angle here. So if you need to kind of walk your stance in a little bit, you can. Each leg is in its own lane, but you really want this like 90-degree angle of the knees. So inhaling to prepare, and as you exhale, lean forward and twist using just your torso, bringing the left elbow to the inside of the right knee. Then you add just a little bit of pressure once you get there. Thumbs are glued onto sternum. Inhale, unwind, lift. Exhale, lean forward and add your twist, adding that pressure between elbow and knee. 1 more. Holding that pressure for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Back toes tuck, stepping back through plank, and then your down dog. Waving forward and back 1 time. Staying in your down dog as long as you like, or maybe taking a child's pose. And as you're ready, we'll do the other side. So lifting left leg, toes point down. Exhale, knee to chest, stepping through. Lower back knee, untuck toes. And lift yourself up through your asana. Then bring hands to heart. Checking in with your feet. Make sure each foot is in its own lane. We'll inhale, reaching up overhead. We'll keep with those side bends again. Exhale, hinging to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinging to the right. So really squeezing inner thighs towards one another, activating glutes as you move. 1 more each side. Eventually coming through center, thumbs at sternum. Check in to see that your knees are at those 90-degree bends. If you need to slightly shift here, do that. And then as you're ready, inhale. Exhale, lean forward, and then twist right elbow to the inside of left knee. Inhale, unwind. We'll do 2 more. Exhale, twist. Add that little bit of pressure once the elbow meets the knee. Last one. Holding that pressure. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Back toes tucked, step back to your plank, your down dog, and then wave through to your up dog. Exhale, lifting hips back and up, returning to your down dog. Traveling to the top of the mat, finding your forward fold. Staying here for about 3 rounds of breath. And then inhaling to lift halfway, flat back, cactus arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cactus arms all the way to standing. Exhale, hands at heart or low ribs. Another 3 rounds of breath, checking in. Most likely feeling much more awake, much warmer throughout your body. All right, so we're going to move on to our final flow, and it's going to be a standing balance flow. So you're welcome to watch me do it this first time, and then you can follow along in your own time. Or if you just want to jump right in, that's cool too. So we're going to start by, I'll face you guys. We're going to start by, let's take feet about hip distance, lifting toes, spreading them wide, setting them back down, making sure your knees aren't locked. You've got that kind of like bouncy feeling in the joints. Relaxing shoulders, relaxing face. And as you're ready, beginning to send your weight into the left foot. Hands come to heart here. Bending into the right leg. Exhale, start to lean forward. So bending generously into left leg as you kick the right leg out behind you. Coming into warrior three, so making like a T shape with your body. Maybe you keep hands at heart, maybe you reach them in line with ears. On an exhale, big step back, testing your balance quite a bit for your high lunge. So each leg is each foot rather is in its own lane, all 10 toes facing the front of your mat. So back heel is going to be lifting off the mat. So looking like this. Inhale here, and as you exhale, sweep your arms by your sides, big kick through. We're going to try and see if we can kick and then step back on your inhale. So inhale, exhale, kick. Inhale, step back. Exhale, kick. Inhale, back. Last one, we'll hold. See if you can hold your legs stretched out. Flexing the foot. Hands can be at hips or heart. And then hugging knee into chest. And if you'd like to work with a twist on an exhale, you can begin to twist towards the bent knee. So maybe looking over the back hand for even more of a balance challenge. As you're ready, an exhale, unwind, facing front. Stretch the left leg long one more time and slowly set it down. Whew. Take some movements, shake out that side. Maybe a cleansing breath in the nose, out the mouth, maybe popping toes or rolling ankles. And we'll go directly to the other side. So if you need to take a few breaths, that's fine. Whenever you're ready, we'll send weight into the right foot this time. So making sure you're bending into the right knee slightly. Inhale, hands at heart as you lift the left leg. Start to bend into the left knee. And like you're kicking behind you, start leaning forward simultaneously. Finding this warrior three. Might feel good to bring hands to hips to encourage them to square to the mat. Maybe reach arms in line with ears, but on your next exhale, we're lowering that back foot down, coming into your high lunge. So really pressing into both feet, sending your hips towards the front of the room. Arms are reaching overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, arms sweep by your sides, big kick. Inhale, step back. Exhale, kick. Inhale, back. Exhale, kick. I think we technically did 4 on the last side, so let's just do 4. This last one we'll hold. So flex the foot. Challenge yourself to really hug femur into hip socket for the left leg. And then as you're ready, you can hug knee into chest. And if you want to add in the twist, on an exhale, twist towards the bent knee. Reach left arm out behind you. Maybe you gaze past the fingers of the left hand, or maybe you look straight ahead. Maintaining your steady breathing here, not holding your breath. And as you're ready, inhale, unwind. Exhale, stretch the left leg. And slowly set it down. Whew, good job. So shaking that all out. Cleansing breath in the nose. Out an open mouth. Maybe rolling those shoulders. Maybe taking feet wider than hips and working with some really passive twists here. You can make your hands into loose fists and tap out the kidneys. You can come onto the balls of the feet and take your twist deeper. Whew. And from here, we're going to cool down. So you're welcome to take one final vinyasa if you'd like, or you can go directly to child's pose. So it's whatever you'd like. We'll all meet in a child's pose. I'll just visually demo our flow, but it was pretty simple. Just the cactus arms and then that wave forward and back. And this child's pose can be any variation you'd like. It could be knees wide or knees together. It can be arms stretched out in front of you or maybe by your sides. Just allowing yourself to breathe there. Slowing down your breath. If your arms are stretched out by your ears, it might feel really good to bend your elbows and bring hands to touch, making like a little shark fin at the back of your head, stretching out the triceps. Eventually, you can release the hands down if they were lifted, shifting forward, bringing knees back in line with hips, tucking the toes, and then sitting back on the heels. So giving yourself a toe stretch here. This feels really intense. Just walk the hands forward and take some of the pressure out of the feet. If you have really mobile toes like me, maybe you're able to actually put a lot of weight on your heels and get a deeper stretch. But if you experience pain, definitely listen to that sign from your body and lean forward, releasing some of that pressure. Stretches like this are really useful in learning the difference between discomfort and pain. It's pretty high-pitched, so it's definitely intense, but learning how to kind of harness that easeful energy, like I mentioned before. So maintaining the steadiness of the posture, but finding ease within it, even if it's challenging. And you can relate all of those teachings that we find in yoga, like sitting in discomfort, to your everyday lives. Breathing through difficult feelings, physical or emotionally. Whenever you're ready, you can lean forward. If you haven't already, untuck the toes, tap them out. And then crossing the ankles behind you, coming through a seat, stretch the legs out long, and make your way onto your back. So if you want to have a blanket or anything nearby, you can. Once you get to your back, take the feet as wide as the mat and start to windshield wipe your knees side to side. Hands can be on the body or stretched out beside you. And then bringing knees back through center, walking the feet back in line with the hips. Inhale, hugging knees to chest, rocking side to side. Maybe rocking forward and back. Just massaging the back of the body, however ways feel good. Maybe you draw circles with your knees going one way, and then go the other way. Eventually coming through the center, setting feet back down. Hands come by your sides, palms face down. You're welcome to take a more passive version of this stretch by walking feet as wide as your mat and allowing your knees to lean in towards one another. Or if you'd like to take a round of bridge pose, you can. So pressing into your feet, squeezing inner thighs together. On an inhale, lift the hips up. Maybe you walk the shoulders in towards one another as you press your hands down into your mat, squeezing glutes, lifting up. Big inhale, filling the chest. And as you exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time, starting at the top of the spine and ending with the tailbone. Once you lower all the way, knees return to chest. Maybe you take knees as wide as armpits for happy baby. Heels can be towards your seat, or maybe you lift them towards the ceiling, grabbing onto thighs, calves, ankles, or outer edges of the feet. Option to stay still or to rock side to side. And as you're ready, you can come out of happy baby, bring knees back together. You're always welcome to add in any more postures in your cool down. This is your home practice, so feel free to leave and come back later for Shavasana. Feel free to come back and repeat anything you'd like throughout the next 24 hours. But from here, we're slowly going to make your way into your final resting posture. So if you want to take like a full body stretch before getting there, or again, any other postures you like, you can do that. Maybe you choose to stay lying flat on your back. Maybe you work with the feet on the mat as wide as the mat, knees bent, knees lowering in towards one another. Or maybe you try kind of the opposite, feet together, knees wide. If your low back is feeling vulnerable, you can always slide a blanket underneath the hips to find some elevation there. Another option, if you're feeling any vulnerability in the low back, is to find like a pillow or something and slide it under the knees. So settling into whatever posture is going to be the most conducive to relaxation for your entire body. Softening the gaze if you haven't already. Starting at your feet, making your way up, you can slowly scan the body and check in to see if you're still maybe unconsciously holding tension somewhere. Seeing if on your inhales you can visualize the creation of space, and exhale, visualize release, like any tension is melting out of the body. Continuing with your scan all the way up to the face, the brow, the crown of the head. And as you breathe here, seeing if you can really give yourself permission to fully relax, to really do nothing, so you can absorb all of the work we've done today. You can slowly begin to deepen your breathing inviting awareness and sensation back into your body with each round of breath. Maybe inviting some small movements with the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, maybe a full body stretch. Just doing anything that'll help encourage a physical return to the space you're in. Maybe a cleansing breath in the nose, out an open mouth. And then as you're ready, you can roll off to one side, curling up in a fetal position, allowing yourself to feel small and held by the earth for a few moments. As you're ready, you can press yourself back into any comfortable seated posture, maintaining your soft gaze or closed eyes as you arrive. Allowing hands to relax towards the floor beside you on an inhale, reaching arms overhead. Exhale, bringing palms to touch, lowering thumbs to third eye, acknowledging the origins of this practice, sending gratitude to all of those who've practiced, preserved, and shared it with us over the last few thousands of years. Taking time to be reverent towards all of those who originally occupied the land that you're sitting on. And lastly, connecting to any of your own ancestors or anyone special to you, living or past. Whenever you're ready, you can bring hands to heart center, sending love and gratitude inward. I'm so thankful that you were able to make time for your practice today and that I was allowed to practice alongside you. May there be peace in your mind, peace in your body, and peace in your heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you. Again, like I said, I left the Venmo and Cash App info in the chat. It's the first message that I sent there. So thanks for being here. Hopefully I'll see you again maybe next week. I'll be teaching through Inner Space, so if you want to go to their Instagram and follow the link in their profile, you can do that to take my Monday morning tonic, or Tuesdays I'll continue to do the 9 a.m. and the 10:30. So if you want to come back here in 30 minutes, I'll be teaching gentle release. And thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely Tuesday. I think it's going to be pretty nice outside. So try and stay positive. Thinking of you all. Thanks.